Tony Datino here, founder, chairman of the USA Memory Championship, and July 30th is coming around the corner. We are all set and ready to go for our qualifying events this Saturday for the mental athletes that have signed up to compete to see how many and who are going to be coming to Full Sail University October 1st to compete for who has got the best memory in the United States. Let me get a little bit more light there so hopefully you can see my face and I don't look like a dark shadow. So in any case, we are set and ready to go. MIT has given us our link for our Zooms, which we will be posting up on our USA Memory Championship website. So anybody that wants to observe the mental athletes competing on Saturday will be able to do so. And the events will start at about 12:15. We'll have everybody start signing in at around 11:30, 11:45. It'll give us a chance to make sure everybody is there that wants to be there. And we will begin our first event about 12:15. And those will be the memory games from Lumosity, who has been just fantastic in working and supporting this. And they've got two events that they'll be hosting for us. One will be what they call Rotation Matrix, and the second will be Memory Match Overdrive. So those will be the first two events, the Memory Match Overdrive and Rotation Matrix, in the 12:15 time period. And so we will have that done between 12:15. Score that up, let everybody know how they're doing. And then from there, we are going to move into the games of Memory League. And the Memory League folks are going to be hosting three events for us. They will start with an event called Images. They will then have something called Names and Faces. And a third will be Numbers. And then we will score each of those. And as those scores come to be and pass, we will take the five events. We will put them into a Excel spreadsheet that Michael Datino has got the formulae for, calculate the top scores, and invite the people that qualify to Winter Park, Florida, to be at Full Sail University on October 1st to then compete through four events that we'll have there, from Words to Remember to what we call our Tea Party, to our long-term memory event, and then of course wrapping it up with our decks of cards. So the team has really put a lot of work into this. I don't know that anyone really appreciates the amount of work that goes in behind the scenes, from registration and getting people signed and getting them the appropriate codes, and how Lumosity's got to get their codes all done so people can go in and practice. And Memory League has just been terrific in supporting us and the work that they do to help us put this out on a virtual platform, since we are still being very cautious with the restrictions of COVID and what's happening there. So people want to watch this, go to the USA Memory Championship website, and we have some room for people to sign in on Zoom. And what's important to the mental athletes is this is going to you'll only be able to play these games on either a laptop or a desktop. A portable device is not going to work on this. So to that degree, you've got to be laptop or desktop. Now, we get on and start the day off at 12 o'clock. We'll go around about 12:15, make sure everything's ordered and set and ready to go, and off we go at 12:15. So in that time period, off and running we are, and as I've already said, Rotation Matrix and Memory Match Overdrive, two of the Lumosity games that are really fantastic and really promote a lot of good thinking in terms of our memories. And so we've got almost 100 people that are planning to compete. We pray all is safe and all are able to get onto their laptops or desktops. And off and go we run at about 12:15. If all of that goes well, at around 1 p.m., we should be ready to start with the Memory League games, and we'll space those out in 20-minute increments, since each of those is about a 6-minute event. And then we get the scoring in, which is important. Obviously, we get these scores back, and one of the most important things is Michael Datino running his spreadsheet. So when the scores come back into him, we're able to run through those scores, and the mental athletes are knowing how they're standing, how they're fitting in the sequencing of the events. So it's important to give them feedback so they know exactly how much of a reach that they have to go for in each of the subsequent events, especially for those people that are on the borderline. And we're thinking of having 12 to 14 people that will qualify, that will invite them to be here in Orlando area. So Winter Park, where is Winter Park? Winter Park is in the Orlando area. It just touches Orlando. And so for those of you that are in the mental athlete category and get to those finals, you've got your choice of Disney and Universal and SeaWorld and whatever else goes on in the Orlando attractions area. But we've got it here. It's the attraction capital of the world. And folks can bring family members and do what they want to do in terms of not just coming to compete for the memory championship, but also to bring some family and happy to spend a little bit of family time enjoying some things. So that's where we're at. And boy, when we think of the planning and all of the work that's gone into this, between Memory League and Lumosity, we can't thank the folks that have been involved with that enough. It is just great to have a team of people who are so committed to getting people to realize there's so much more we can do with our memories and our mental capacities than we ever thought possible, and to have a group of people committed to that mission and providing an event that to me is exciting and fun and letting people put their brains on display in a very positive way, I think is absolutely been my passion for 25 years since I started this in 1997. And what you're hearing are my after effects of 2 weeks of finishing up my COVID. I feel a hell of a lot better, but this darn cough, the more I talk, the more I seem to cough. So I apologize for that and wish this cough would just go away. Or maybe what it's telling me is I have to talk a lot less. So maybe at this point, I'll close this down and wish everybody a good rest of the week. We're sitting here at Wednesday, July 27. And in 3 more days, we will be ready to go with the 23rd USA Memory Championship. And we hope that any of you that are listening to this can pass this along and possibly join us. I think you'll find it extremely interesting to see what goes on, and we'll have our team of people that usually fill in some of the time talking about elements of memory in between the events. So should be an exciting day, and we'll look forward to the results that come out of it by Saturday afternoon. And then comes the work and the planning for the 23rd USA Live event here in Winter Park at Full Sail University, which is giving us a full-blown studio to really do a fabulous job of putting all the details of this together. So have a good rest of the week, and I shall be back on Friday, and certainly you'll see me on Saturday.